All right. Continuing on with the electrical nature of the body, the electrical nature of healing, the electrical nature of health and wellness, the electrical nature of nutritional supplements. Last program we talked about spirulina. We talked about how helpful it can be for building the immune system. We talked about spirulina as a source of protein for vegans and for vegetarians. We talked about spirulina as a source of brain nutrients like DHA and EPA, which are only found otherwise in animal products. Spirulina has minerals, spirulina has iron, spirulina has B vitamins, vitamin E, vitamin K, magnesium, calcium. Spirulina is even a great source of iron. And because spirulina are bacteria, edible bacteria that can live that live on the surface of lakes, they live on the surface of waters, bodies of water. They're subject to intense sunlight, and for survival reasons, they've had to evolve chemical mechanisms that protect their genetics from solar radiation. They get hit with a lot of sun. So over the course of millions, even billions of years, these spirulina have evolved chemical strategies for protecting their genetics from the sun. That means that spirulina has got biochemicals that will protect us from the sun as well if we eat them, or if we eat it. Spirulina is a great source of sun-protecting nutrients that will help keep your skin from burning, help keep your skin from wrinkling, can protect your collagen. Spirulina's sun-protecting nutrients can be important for vision health and for eye health. Spirulina is a great source of keratin, substances like lutein and zeaxanthin and astaxanthin and beta-carotene. This stuff's amazing, folks, and it's really cheap, too. You can get a 2-pound jug of it for $30 or $40 off the internet. Spirulina is a great source of chlorophyll. Spirulina can protect you from skin cancer. Spirulina can protect you from macular degeneration. Spirulina sometimes gets confused with two other nutritional supplements that are somewhat similar, chlorella and algae. Chlorella and algae, like spirulina, are found on the surface of bodies of water, lakes and oceans. And like spirulina, chlorella and algae are highly nutritive substances. And like spirulina, they can protect you from the sun. The most important difference between spirulina and chlorella and algae is spirulina is a bacteria and chlorella and algae are more akin to plants. Spirulina is a type of bacteria, blue-green bacteria, as researchers call it, a cyanobacteria. Cyano is the Greek term for blue. And because spirulina is a bacteria, it has a different kind of shell that protects it. Plants have a harder shell than spirulina. Chlorella and algae have a harder shell. The softer shell of spirulina means we can get at the nutrients a little bit easier than with chlorella or algae. Spirulina has a softer shell, a softer membrane, and this soft membrane is actually made up of polysaccharides, those long-chain sugars that in and of themselves have wonderful electrical properties that in and of themselves can help support circulation. Red blood cells and overall health can benefit from polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are very important for detoxification, for anti-cancer benefits, and for immune-boosting properties. And this is all on top of the nutritional benefits for spirulina in terms of what's inside the spirulina, what's inside the bacteria. So you get benefits from the spirulina inside the bacteria, and then you get benefits from the membrane of the spirulina entity itself. Both the membrane and the inside of spirulina are tremendously nutritive. The bottom line here, folks, is we'd all be wise to use a little bit of spirulina every day, especially if you're dealing with blood clots, especially if you're dealing with immune problems, and especially if you are concerned about skin cancer or any kind of solar radiation issues. One of the most concentrated sources of polysaccharide substances is joint tissue, cartilage. And this is one of the main reasons why bone soup can be such an important food. Throughout history, cartilage has been used as a health remedy and as an anti-cancer treatment in the world of pharmacy. Cartilage creams have been compounded for centuries as a remedy for skin issues like psoriasis and eczema, for helping accelerate the healing of burns. And it's all because of these polysaccharides that are found in cartilage. Some of you may remember the book that came out in the 1970s, Why Sharks Don't Get Cancer. The book touted the benefits of shark cartilage as a treatment for tumors. And again, it's the polysaccharide content, these the long-chain sugars that are in the cartilage that account for its anti-cancer benefit. Dr. Wallach has been talking about the benefits of cartilage for treating arthritis and inflammatory health issues for 30 or 40 years now. So what is it about cartilage that makes it such an important health supplement? Well, probably the most important reason is the large polysaccharide content that cartilage has, especially something called hyaluronic acid, which is a super important, super electroconductive polysaccharide entity. Hyaluronic acid is a substance that's been used in the skincare world for at least 30 or 40 years. I've been formulating with hyaluronic acid since I started doing skincare. And it's not just because of its electroconductivity that hyaluronic acid has such wonderful benefits for health. Hyaluronic acid has water-trapping properties that will hold on to water. Same way that these polysaccharides trap electrical energy. Last week we talked about how electrical pieces or electrons like to hide out in little nooks and crannies, whether those nooks and crannies are in clay, as we talked about, or whether they're in polysaccharides. But it's not only electrical energy that can hide out in the nooks and crannies of these long-chain sugars, it's also water. And that's why cartilage products make great moisturizers, whether you take them internally or whether you put them on externally. And hyaluronic acid in many ways is one of the most important of these polysaccharides that are found in cartilage. Hyaluronic acid is an awesome moisturizer. A gram of hyaluronic acid powder can hold nearly a gallon of water. In other words, if you put a little tiny gram size amount of hyaluronic acid on a dish, you could pour a gallon of water in there, and that hyaluronic acid would swell as the little molecules of water got trapped in the hyaluronic acid chemical structure. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll continue this discussion on electroconductivity and nutrition when we come back.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on healthcare by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join the Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer Bidbit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
All right, so we're continuing on with the electrical energy, the electrical nature of the body, the electrical energy nature of the body. Hyaluronic acid is one of my all-time favorite supplements. It's a wonderful supplement for skin health. You can use it topically. You can put it right on your skin. Fancy eye creams, expensive moisturizing creams will have hyaluronic acid. Just like we talked earlier how polysaccharides, long chains of sugars, can trap electrical energy. These long chains of sugars can trap moisture too. And polysaccharide long chain sugars make great moisturizers, including HA, hyaluronic acid. A couple really neat books that are easy to read, easy to access. Books on hyaluronic acid. One by Bill Sardi, How to Live 100 Years Without Growing Old, and another one by Chris Miletus and Dave Rousset. Miletus, M-E-L-E-T-I-S. Rousset, R-O-U-S-E-T-T, the HA anti-aging answer. Hyaluronic acid has gotten quite a reputation for being a wonderful anti-aging supplement, in addition to being important for skin health. And that, of course, is because of its electromagnetic properties. Hyaluronic acid is said to be piezoelectric. Piezoelectricity is a form of electricity that results from pressure. When you push something, it releases electricity, or if you push something and it releases electricity, that's called piezoelectricity, P-I-E-Z-O, piezoelectricity. And hyaluronic acid, among other polysaccharides, is piezoelectric. When it gets pushed, when there's pressure placed on hyaluronic acid, it becomes an electrical entity, and it stimulates growth and it stimulates healing. That's one of the reasons why massage can be so helpful, and that's one of the reasons why exfoliants like alpha hydroxy acids can be so helpful for skin health. Both exfoliation and massage and pressure are all ways that you can amp up electrical energy by helping polysaccharides like hyaluronic acid release their trapped electrons, their trapped electrical energy. So electrons, or pieces of electricity, hide out in the little nooks and crannies and in these polysaccharides and hyaluronic acid. And as we apply pressure to these polysaccharides, that electronic energy leaks out, gets pushed out, and creates an electrical charge. Hyaluronic acid has such an effective blood thinning effect that stent manufacturers, who are always on the lookout for anti-clotting agents, blood tends to clot around a stent. A stent is a little tube that gets stuck into a vessel that allows blood to flow through that clogged vessel. And many people will have stents put in if they have a history of clogged up blood. Stent manufacturers are actually looking at using hyaluronic acid as an anti-clotting coating that they can put right on the stent. And all of this has to do with the electrical energy of the substance, electrical energy of hyaluronic acid. Anything we can do to put electrical energy into the body, negative charges into the body, is going to be in our health interests, especially in our circulatory system's interest, in the interest of red blood cells. Under ideal circumstances, as we said before, red blood cell membranes are going to have a negative electrical charge. They're going to be electricity rich. And this electrical charge, this richness of electrical energy in the membranes, is what keeps red blood cells separated. It's what allows them to repel each other. It's like when you try to push the negative ends of two magnets together. When you push the negative ends of two magnets together, they kind of bounce away from each other. They repel each other. And the negative charges on cell membranes are much the same way. Negative charges on cell membranes act the same way as negative charges on two magnets. They have a repelling effect, and it's what keeps things moving along. Toxins, as we said before, tend to have a positive charge. Toxins that come in from foods, especially, that get into the blood through leaky gut, can create positive charges. And then The positive charges keep the red blood cells from being repelled and cause the red blood cells to clump up and clot. Blood clotting can be caused by a lack of negative charges or too much positive charges caused by toxicity, by poisons, by bad foods that enter into the bloodstream, oftentimes through leaky guts. Hence the name leaky gut syndrome. By the way, cholesterol is super electronegative. And essential fatty acids. Membranes are loaded with cholesterol and loaded with essential fatty acids, largely because these essential fatty acids and cholesterol have these electrical charges that keep cells repelling, allow cells to repel each other, red blood cells to repel each other. Tell that to the next person who tells you that you should be watching your cholesterol. Yet another important reason why cholesterol is so vital for good health. Essential fatty acids are like nature's most powerful batteries. Essential fatty acids are storage forms of electrical energy. And essential fatty acids carry a cloud of electricity with them, and it's this cloud of electricity that makes red blood cell membranes and all cell membranes so electrically charged. And ultimately, where does all of this electronic energy come from? Where does the electrical energy that we're talking about that's in essential fatty acids, that gets stored in polysaccharides like hyaluronic acid that's found in spirulina, where does this electrical energy come from? What is the ultimate source of this electrical energy? What is the ultimate source of the electrons, the pieces of electricity? Well, it's the same source of the electrical energy that's found in everything. The same source of the electrical energy that's found in the entire planet. The same source of the electrical energy that's found in all fats, in all proteins, in all sugars. Oxygen is pulling the electricity, but the electricity itself that's coming in from protein, that's coming in from fat, that's coming in from carbohydrates, is ultimately coming in from the single most powerful source of energy on the planet. In fact, it's the only source, real source, from an ultimate sense of energy on the planet. The ultimate source of energy on the planet is something that has been demonized and vilified to the point where instead of honoring and respecting and loving this ultimate source, as you would expect we might, many of us, under doctor's orders, under dermatologist orders, will do everything we can do to avoid interacting with this stupendously important fountain of energy and wellness. Of course, you know I'm talking about the sun, the primal source of everything that lives via the steady stream of light energy, of photon energy that is captured by plants and turned into electricity and then turned into protein and fats and carbohydrates. The sun hits the plants trap the sun in what we call fats and proteins and carbohydrates, and especially in essential fatty acids. When we eat essential fatty acid, folks, we are eating the sun. When we eat essential fatty acids, we are eating the plant's most concentrated form of sun energy, of electrical energy. The stream of energy that keeps us healthy and well is sun to plant, to food, to animals, to us human beings. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with more good health information.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Can Heart and Body Extract help with other ailments besides heart conditions, high blood pressure, clogged arteries, or unbalanced cholesterol? It did for Karen.
I've been using Heart and Body Extract for approximately 2 weeks. I've had an earwax buildup problem for many years, with over-the-counter stuff not working at all. I had very poor hearing due to this earwax buildup. Well, after 2 weeks of taking Heart and Body Extract, my earwax buildup almost completely cleared up. Could this be the effect of better body circulation?
Heart and Body Extract is an effective 100% organic nutritional supplement specially formulated to allow your body to heal itself.
My hearing is almost completely back to normal. I'm amazed.
Order by calling 866-295-5305 or online at hbextract.com. That's 866-295-5305 or hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
Attention taxpayers. If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
Hi, my name is Scott Fuchs, teacher and rowing coach for over 14 years. I was sluggish, overweight, on prescription drugs, and only 30-something. Fortunately, I was referred to Dr. Z, and happy to say Dr. Z's all-natural protocols over a consistent course resolved my health issues. I'm in the best shape of my life, and most importantly, on 0 medications.
I'm Dr. Zdanowski, author of Evology, trained as a primary care physician, surgical manipulation under anesthesia, expert in nutrition, diet, weight loss, immune system, and I specialize in chiropractic. My 15 years of professional experience has taught me the 4 keys to vibrant health: a balanced musculoskeletal system, an integrated nervous system, a flowing lymphatic system, and a body filled with over 90 essential nutrients. This has been a secret too long. Actualize your potential, reverse disease. Call me, Dr. Z, 201-945-1177, 201-945-1177, evolyourself.com.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your product and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
We're talking about the electrical nature of the body and the electrical nature of supplements. One of my all-time favorite electrical supplements is hyaluronic acid. It's found in skincare products. You can get it as a supplement. It's great for joint health. It's found in cartilage products. It's one of the reasons why bone soup is so healthy. It's piezoelectric, and it traps electrical energy. And you can buy hyaluronic acid capsules for around 10 or 15 bucks for 100 milligram capsules. Take about 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams a day, or of course you can always use your bone soup to get your hyaluronic acid. Let's see what else I want to tell you about this stuff. Get the book, Bill Sardi's book, How to Live 100 Years Without Growing Old. It's got a lot of good information about hyaluronic acid and about skin health as well. Also, the HA Anti-Aging Answer by Chris Miletus and Dave Rousset. All right, our number, 855-660-4261. We'll get your phone calls here in a minute. Tomorrow we're going to continue talking about the electrical nature of health, and I'm going to tell you about yet another wonderful way that you can amp up the electrical value of food and help make nutrients more available. In addition to using lots of water, we talked about drinking water with your meals, spinning your foods around in a vortex. These are all great ways to amp up electrical energy. Use salt with your food. Salt is highly electrical. Make sure you're using oils with your food. Oils are also highly electrical, especially essential fatty acid oils. The one downside on oils is you got to make sure they're fresh and they're cold and they're kept in a dark place because oils are very unstable. All right, I think that's it for now. We'll continue talking about the electrical nature of the body and the electrical nature of supplements tomorrow. And I will tell you about another way to amp up electrical energy. I'll also tell you about another great supplement that we've talked about a lot on this program, but I didn't tell you that one of the reasons this stuff is so important is because it is super electrical. I'll give you a little hint. It's a component of cell membranes. No, it's not essential fatty acids, which are components of cell membranes. And no, it's not cholesterol, which is also a component of cell membranes. This is another very important component of cell membranes that you can buy as a really cheap nutritional supplement. And we have talked about it before, although I never said that one of the reasons it's so important is because of its electrical properties. But we'll tell you what that is tomorrow on the bright side. Time to hit our phones. Let's go off to Ohio and welcome Linda to the bright side. What's going on, Linda?
Hi, I have a friend that has lymphedema. He fell from a roof when he was repairing it, and he landed on his feet. And he didn't really get treated a lot for that. And so,
he fell. Hang on a second, Linda. Linda, did I hear you right? He fell from a roof and landed on his feet?
Yes, it was a lower roof. It wasn't a high roof. But still, he landed on his feet.
Okay.
So from then on, his legs went downhill. And right now, his legs are so swollen, they're purple. He can't stand for anything to touch him.
Oh, gosh.
And he's 42 years old. He just saw a doctor yesterday, put him on prednisone and Vicodin. And I said, oh, boy. So anyway, I would appreciate any...
Well, here's the deal. Lymphedema, I'm not sure, are you connecting the lymphedema up to the fall from the roof?
He said that the doctors had said he damaged some lymph nodes in his legs.
Okay,
and
that's
they need to have them a surgery.
Yeah, right. All right, that's what they like to do. They like to do the surgery. Oh, my God. All right, here's the deal. If he has some kind of mechanical trauma, then that's a little bit different than a degenerative breakdown. But I would be thinking, if this guy's 42 years old and he's subsisting on the standard American diet and he's living the standard American lifestyle, that his lymphedema is not being caused by a fall from a roof, that it's being caused by toxicity in the blood or toxicity in the body. Here's the deal. Lymphedema means lymphatic fluid is leaking out and it's causing swelling. It's causing edema always is just a fancy way of saying fluid is leaking out and it's causing swelling. Lymphedema is lymphatic fluid that's leaking out and causing swelling. Whenever you have leaky fluids in the body, assuming that it's not some kind of mechanical trauma, which I suppose it's possible, but assuming it's not a mechanical trauma, when fluids leak out, this is a classic sign of an activated defense system. And it doesn't matter where the fluids are leaking out. They could be leaking out in the bottom, they could be leaking out in the bottom part of the body. They could be leaking out in the face, causing a swelling in the face. They could be leaking out anywhere. You want to think about activated immune system, and you want to think about a poor circulation. Fluids are not moving correctly. And then that is also related to toxicity in the body. So a couple of things you want to do for any edematous condition, any kind of edema, any kind of leaky fluids. Number one, always, first and foremost, focus on toxicity that's getting into the body through the digestive system. That means patching up any issues with leaky gut syndrome, and that means eliminating problem foods. Eliminating problem foods is always the first step in the healing process. It's so important, folks. I know you guys are probably getting sick of hearing me say this, but this is so important. The first step in the healing process is always going to be eliminating problem foods, especially if there's edema going on. So to eliminate problem foods, you first got to find out what those problem foods are. Do a food diary, write down everything you eat, write down digestive symptoms, link digestive symptoms, have your friend link digestive symptoms to specific foods and eliminate those foods. Then there's wonderful supplements for patching up leaky gut syndrome. You understand how we're working here, ma'am? First step is to eliminate anything that's getting into the body to keep the fluids from leaking out of the lymph. So eliminating problem foods using glutamine is a wonderful nutritional supplement for leaky gut syndrome. Zinc picolinate, 50 milligrams a day, can help with leaky gut syndrome. The Z radical from Longevity may be helpful for leaky gut syndrome. Essential fatty acids can be helpful for dealing with leaky gut syndrome, and probiotics are always a must-have for any digestive health issues. For everybody should be on a good probiotic supplement. Then he wants to make sure that he's moving the lymphatic fluid is moving around effectively. Lymph does not have a pump. Blood has a pump. Lymph does not have a pump. So as lymphatic fluid is circulating around the body, it's making a big circle around the body, basically. It needs to have some kind of movement, physical movement, to push that fluid along. The heart doesn't need the blood doesn't need physical movement to push the blood along, because the heart can pump that blood. But lymph doesn't have a pump. We're the pump. Our muscles are the pump. For any lymphedema condition, people, number one, problem foods, but number two, move your body. Get a rebounder. Do brisk walks. Do some kind of physical movement. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Get on an exercise bike. Anything you could do to move the lymphatic fluid around is going to help reduce the edematous condition. Now, if there is mechanical damage in there, nutritional supplementation is not going to help. It's not going to help as much. It's going to have to patch that mechanical damage up. And anytime there's mechanical damage in the body, the first thing you want to think about is more protein, as well as trace and accessory nutrients like vitamin C and the B complex. I'd be using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, getting on a good whey protein supplement, using egg protein. If you can't do whey and egg, hemp seed protein is also an option. And then protein, being a little bit tricky for the body to process, requires a good, healthy operating digestive system to maximize absorption and assimilation of the protein. And that would mean things like apple cider vinegar and digestive enzymes. And by the way, digestive enzymes can also have a wonderful fluid thinning effect if there's clogging, especially in the blood. We've talked about that a little bit in the past, but not as much as we probably should. Digestive enzymes have a wonderful blood thinning effect and can help keep fluids moving around as they should. Hang tight. There's a couple more things I want to tell you, Linda. And Ralph, Dan, Mike, Steve, we'll try to get to all you guys here. 855-660-4261 is our number. Got one line open for you. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. There's a guy named Dr. Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor. Both a veterinarian and a naturopathic physician, Doc asks, why is this country spending more money on healthcare by far and ranking 50th in health and longevity worldwide? Doc believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, taking charge of their life, and attaining optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic pharmaceutical drugs that lead to side effects that require more expensive and toxic pharmaceutical drugs. Talk about being dependent on drug companies to our own destruction, no less. This is clearly a deadly recipe. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the government and big pharma manipulation of our health and healthcare system. I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare, and I've joined forces with him to help this tireless crusader spread his message. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's deadly recipe lectures. It makes a lot of sense, and I invite you to join our Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's www.brightsideben.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. bidbit.co.
All right, we're back on the right side, talking to Linda in Ohio. Linda, are you there?
Yes.
All right, so lymphedema is basically fluid retention and fluid leaking and fluid retention in tissues and fluid leaking out of the lymphatic system, basically a compromised lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a circulatory system for both fatty nutrients and toxins. Both fatty vitamins, essential fatty acids, fatty hormones, as well as toxins travel through the lymph. The more toxicity that's getting into the body, the more likely the lymph is to be clogged up and the more likely you are to deal with things like lymphedema, and unfortunately the more likely you are to deal with nutritional deficiencies because the lymph is carrying both vitamins and fatty substances, fatty nutritional substances, fatty hormones, as well as toxicity. So keeping that lymphatic fluid moving around is extremely important. In addition to some of the things we just talked about, moving the body around and patching up the digestive system, you want to make sure that he's getting fatty nutrients in abundance, and that is through supplements because he's going to have some compromise in the delivery of these fatty substances. One of the most important is vitamin E. And I'd be using 400 international units of vitamin E, which, by the way, can also have a wonderful blood thinning effect. We're going to be talking about that one in a couple of days. Vitamin K can be helpful, especially if there's bruising from his fall. You want to use about 5,000 or so micrograms of vitamin K. I like vitamin K2. Vitamin A is ridiculously important for the healing process and super important for bone health. It's important for all kinds of stuff, important for eye health, important for the immune system. And with lymphedema, he may have some compromise in his ability to get vitamin A delivered to tissues. I'd be using 20,000 international units of vitamin A as well. And then vitamin C, even though it's not a fat-soluble vitamin, is always important for the healing process. Around 1,000 to 2,000, even up to 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day might be a good idea. Get him on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Get him on the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids. EFAs are also going to be important for people who are dealing with lymphatic issues as well. And good luck with everything. I hope that works out for your friend. Thanks so much for calling. Linda from Ohio. All right, moving on. Ralph in Maryland. What's going on, Ralph?
How you doing, Ben?
Doing good.
I'm calling about a couple. They just started on the Healthy Start Pack. The husband has Alzheimer's, and the wife has been complaining about cramps after taking the BTT.
Okay. That's not uncommon. Digestive problems after the BTT are unfortunately one of the more common things that I hear about, and that's usually because people are trying to take in too much nutrients all at once. The BTT is absolutely loaded with nutrition. If you have any problems with digestive enzymes, you're not making enzymes, if you've got bile problems, gallbladder problems, liver problems, small intestine problems, you may not absorb that Beyond Tangy Tangerine as much, as well as you should. And then the minerals and the nutrients will pass through the small intestine, they'll go into the large intestine, and they can wreak digestive havoc, causing diarrhea, constipation, cramping. Don't blame the nutrition, people. Don't blame the BTT. It's not the BTT's fault, and it's not nutritional supplements' fault if you're not absorbing. So what you want to do, if you're experiencing any digestive distress from the Beyond Tangy, is you want to sip on it slowly. In fact, we should always be sipping on it slowly just to maximize absorption, even if you don't have digestive problems. Secondly, she should be regarding her cramping or her bloating after she takes her supplements as a sign of malabsorption, and that means digestive enzymes, and that means apple cider vinegar, and that means perhaps lecithin, anything she can do to improve the digestive and absorption process. Keep this in mind, Ralph. If she's dealing with malabsorption, not only will she not be getting the benefit of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but that means also that she won't be getting the benefit of any nutritional supplements she takes, and it also means she's probably going to be dealing with malabsorption of nutrients from food as well, which means she's going to be very, very deprived in nutrition. Anyone who's dealing with digestive distress after they take the Beyond Tangy Tangerine should regard this as a sign of potential malabsorption, which means potential problems with nutritional deficiency, which means if you're cramping or bloating after you take your BTT, you really need the stuff. You really need it more than if you weren't cramping or bloating, because it means you're dealing with malabsorption issues. So have your friend sip on the BTT slowly and have her use digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar and lecithin and all of the digestive support nutrients that we talk about on this program. Probiotics also. A good probiotic supplement wouldn't hurt her as well. Chances are, Ralph, do you know this lady well?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, you might want to inquire as to if she has other digestive health issues, or if she knows she has digestive health issues, because it sounds like she's having some malabsorption problems. For her husband with the Alzheimer's disease is arthritis of the brain. It's an inflammatory issue. It's caused by the same thing that causes all inflammatory issues. Toxicity getting into the body, leading to cell starvation, cell suffocation, and cell toxification. So, for Alzheimer's disease, number one, you want to deal with any kind of poisons and toxins that are getting into the body. Unprocessed food, again, that means working on the digestive system. Whatever you're dealing with, focus on the digestive system first. Eliminate problem foods. Get on a good probiotic supplement. Same things that we just talked about for his wife. Secondly, the brain is a fatty organ, and that means good fats are going to be very helpful for the brain, especially omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin E. In fact, if I had to pick one nutritional supplement for the brain for folks dealing with Alzheimer's disease, I would tell you it was vitamin E, although it is not the only, but it's nowhere near the only supplement that you need for the brain. It's one of the most important, 400 international units of vitamin E, and as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about vitamin E here in a couple of days. It's very, very important and very difficult to get from food. 400 international units of vitamin E a day. The B complex is also very important for brain health, especially niacin, vitamin B3, and thiamine, vitamin B1. Have him get his B1 and B3 from the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. He may also want to use a B100 capsule or B100 supplement. Coconut oil, very important for brain health. Have him do a teaspoon or a couple teaspoons of coconut oil throughout the day. Zinc, very important for brain health, 50 milligrams a day of zinc. Vitamin A is also very important for brain health. There's so many ways you could go here. And then also, vitamin C is always going to be important for everything. That's just pretty much, as Dr. Thomas Levy calls it, the primal panacea. I'd be using 1,000 to 2,000, even up to 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. There's so many other things you could do for the health of the brain. It's hard to know where to even begin. Keeping your sugar under control, chromium, vanadium, the sweeties. There's a very important relationship between blood sugar problems and Alzheimer's disease. So keeping the blood sugar stable is also going to be important. And then last but most certainly not least, if you want to do just one thing, and you don't ever want to do just one thing, but if you had to do just one thing, a good case could be made for vitamin B12 shots, injectable vitamin B12, intramuscular vitamin B12. Have them go to a naturopath or a medical doctor and get B12 shots once a month, or once every couple of weeks. And that alone, if you had to pick one thing, that might be the one thing to do for brain health issues. Vitamin B12 deficiency is a very, very serious problem. And so much you could do, Ralph. There's no reason why anybody has to have Alzheimer's disease. And even if you already have it, there's no reason why you can't get on a good nutritional supplement program and experience relief from some of the signs of Alzheimer's disease, at least improve the symptoms of the disease. Thanks so much for calling. Appreciate it. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Guys, Mike, Dan, Steve, I apologize for leaving you on hold. Please call back tomorrow. We'll try to get you first up at 855-660-4261. If you want to learn more about the longevity products, please head over to my website, brightsideben.com. You'll find a shopping cart up there with all the longevity products. And make sure you take a shot. Give the Beyond Tangy Tangerine a shot, no matter what your health condition is. If you give the Beyond Tangy Tangerine a shot, you're not going to be sorry. The letters that I get on this stuff are absolutely amazing. One of these days, I'm just going to spend an hour reading letters from the letters that I get from folks who have tried the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, lost weight, reduced their blood pressure, and started to wean off their prescription drugs. And it's not just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, folks. It's any nutritional supplement program. The power of nutrition to help reduce the symptoms of what we call degenerative disease, to reduce the signs of what we call degenerative disease, is absolutely spectacular. And I've been watching these recoveries now for 30 years. I have been watching people recover from things like Alzheimer's disease and arthritis and blood pressure issues. Even I got a letter from a guy who had his cancer, the signs of his cancer disappear when he got on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and nutritional supplement program. I'm not saying anything's going to cure cancer here, but certainly a good nutritional supplement program is something that you want to consider if you're dealing with carcinogenesis, cancer, or any kind of degenerative or breakdown disease, because our birthright is healing and health and wellness. The human body is designed to heal. It heals itself on a moment-to-moment basis, but it needs raw materials to do its work, the raw materials we call nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Thank you so much for joining us on The Bright Side. Tomorrow we're going to continue talking about the electrical nature of health, and I will tell you one more strategy for amping up electrical energy, the electrical energy of food, and we'll talk about a nutritional supplement that is super powerfully electric. Stay tuned for Alex Jones next on most of these stations. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.